Hello Slaters! Here is the video interaction for our second part of the lesson, playing with magnets. In our previous videos, we have learnt about history of magnets, magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials, natural and artificial magnets, uses of magnets and properties of magnets. Children, once you understand the properties of the magnets, you can use the magnets in a needful way as they play a very important role in functioning of various devices. Let's see how much you have understood about the properties of magnets. Are you ready to give the answers? Let's begin. How can you prove that the strength of the magnet will be maximum at its poles? Place a bar magnet on a sheet of paper. Spread some iron filings uniformly on the sheet. We will observe that the iron filings concentrate at 2 points and some scattered iron filings between these points. The ends of the bar magnet attract more iron filings than the middle part of the magnet. Thus, we can say that the strength of the magnet will be maximum at its poles. From which part of the magnet do you feel more difficulty in removing iron filings? When we bring a magnet near the iron filings, more iron filings will be attracted at the poles of a magnet. It means the strength of the magnet is maximum at the poles. Hence, we feel difficult in removing the iron filings which are at the poles. How do we find directions with a bar magnet? Suspend the bar magnet freely with the help of a thread tied around its center. Initially, the magnet moves and then takes the position in north-south direction. Magnets always come to rest in north-south direction only. The end of the bar magnet, which is north, will be facing towards the north direction, and similarly the end of the magnet, which is south, will be facing towards south direction. This property of magnets is called directional property. We use this property to make the magnetic compass. You have learned that we find directions by using a magnetic compass. Can you describe the magnetic compass? A magnetic compass is a small box with a glass covering it. A magnetized needle is pivoted inside the box and it can rotate freely. The compass also has a dial with directions marked on it. It is kept at the place where we wish to know the directions. Its needle indicates the north-south direction when it comes to rest. Where do we use the magnetic compass? A magnetic compass is used to find out the directions. It is mostly used in ships, aeroplanes, etc. Mountaineers and army people also use to locate directions. When do magnets attract each other? Magnets attract when their opposite poles are facing each other. When do magnets repel each other? Magnets repel when their same poles are placed towards each other. Which is the surest test for magnetism? Repulsion is the surest test for magnetism because it takes place only between two like poles, whereas attraction takes place between two unlike poles or to a magnetic material also. One day, your teacher has brought three different materials along with a bar magnet to the class. The three materials are a comb, a long iron scale, and a magnetized iron nail. She asked you to place the bar magnet near those objects and note the observations. What will be your observations? The following will be the observations when the bar magnet is placed near the comb. There will be no attraction nor repulsion as it is a non-magnetic material. At long iron scale, the magnet will attract wherever it is brought near to the scale as it is a magnetic material. At magnetized iron nail, the magnet will attract to one of the end and repels at the other end as the nail is magnetized and has its own poles. Obviously, it will repel when same poles are brought closer and attract when the opposite poles are brought closer. Raju wanted to use two magnets for his science project, but he has only one magnet and an iron nail. What can we suggest him to do? We can suggest Raju to magnetize the iron nail using the bar magnet by single touch method. Let's look at the process. Take the iron nail and place it on a table. Take a bar magnet and place one of its poles near one edge of the nail. Without lifting the bar magnet, move it along the length of the iron nail till we reach the other end. Then lift the bar magnet and bring it to the first end of the nail and move along the length again. Repeat this process for 20 to 30 times. Always move the magnet in one direction only. We should not drag the magnet back and forth. Now remove the bar magnet and bring some iron filings or iron pins close to the nail. The iron filings or iron pins are attracted by the nail, which proves that the nail has turned into a magnet. Thus, we can make our own magnet by magnetizing a nail. Explain magnetic induction. The magnetic property possessed by a magnetic substance due to the presence of magnet near it is called magnetic induction. Take a bar magnet, a safety pin and an iron pin. Bring the safety pin closer to one pole of the bar magnet. We can see that the safety pin will be attracted to it. Now take the iron pin near to the safety pin. Though safety pin is not a magnet, it will attract the iron pin towards it. We can notice that the safety pin acts as a magnet when it is in contact with the bar magnet. This is due to the magnetic induction induced in the safety pin by the bar magnet. What will happen if we cut the magnet into two pieces? When we cut a magnet into two pieces, both the pieces act as magnets. Hence, we get two individual magnets with their respective poles. Seema finds a magnet which she has lost while playing with it a year ago. She decides to stick it onto the almirah, but to her surprise, the magnet did not stick to the almirah anymore. What could have happened to the magnet? As the magnet was not stored properly, the magnet got demagnetized. We have to use magnetic keepers to preserve the magnets. How can a magnet be demagnetized? A magnet can be demagnetized by heating, hammering, or handling it roughly. Earth also acts as a magnet. What could be the reason for this statement? Deep in Earth's core, molten metals, mainly iron, flows due to heat. This movement of these molten metals is the reason for Earth's magnetism. Slaters, we believe that this topic of magnets have taught you so many fascinating things. We will meet in one more interesting topic soon. Thank you.